coming down to the end of the year, and we started mid this year on following your program, and we got the best results we ever had in business.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. So the government shut down, so that kind of like affected us too. So from April till September, we did 375,000 worth of contracts, and at 50%.
Well, that's a result.
Yeah, that's a good result. So we're like, all right, since the government was shut down, we've been strategizing on how we can scale this thing to do better. We thought about getting the 8A woman-owned business certification, and just with your input, like if you were in our shoes, it's still a small company. Like, how would you go about this to scale? We want to go bigger now.
Yeah, I can imagine why. And this is where I get to tell my little black joke. I don't know if you looked in the mirror lately, but you're black. Uh, but obviously that means a more likelihood that you can get into the 8A program. And so, yeah, if you guys want to put the effort into going through that process, I would encourage you to do that. Particularly if you've got some downtime right now, at least get the process started. Now, look, in general, I tell everybody, look, if there's a government program that you can take advantage of, take advantage of it. Whether that's Service Disabled Veteran or Hub Zone or 8A or any other set aside. But don't stop working on the other 97% of the stuff. Just keep in mind, Doug and I were two white guys performing in full and open competition our entire careers. So, if we can do $1 billion worth of work, there's no reason you guys can't too.
Right. That is true. So as far as yeah, I think the 8A is kind of like that little extra icing on the cake that can like push us really far. But with your stuff now, how can we take that to another level?
Well, that's just a question of how many jobs did you how many jobs did you get?
I think we've got, I want to say 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Okay, and approximately how many did you bid to get those?
Approximately, maybe I would say less than 50 for sure.
Yeah, a little under 50.
Okay, well, if you got 7 jobs, then you're winning 1 in 7, right? 7 times 7. And so the next question is, can you bid more?
Yeah, that's what we implemented right now to bid more. So that's one way.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, people in my program, I hear win rates of 1 in 7 to 1 in 35 to 1 in 40. So if you guys are consistently getting 1 in 7, I would say just keep doing what you're doing and don't change anything, and it will scale just in pure volume. I mean, you got to keep in mind, you told me essentially in this phone conversation that you did a quarter of the year 350s, which means in your first year, had you been doing this full time and not had the baby and that, all these kinds of things, life gets involved. But you'd have had a well over $1 million first year, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay.
I guess too, so like what you said, don't change anything we're doing. So you wouldn't change like looking at different magnitudes well, I know magnitudes aren't that big for you anyways, but still, because I think Delmar's thought process is little as like you want to get bigger jobs.
When I watched the review on your the guys on your course, like they're doing like $1 million work, and I was thinking, hey, why don't we go that level?
There's no reason that you can't. Okay, I mean, at this point, when you've got a few jobs under your belt and you're ready to take the next steps, I mean, just keep in mind with the RFPs, you're running a little bit more risk as opposed to the RFQs where you can, withdraw your bid. But I have no problem with you guys venturing out and taking it to the next level. I mean, you guys are killing it.
Thank you.
So essentially, it's to just opening ourselves up to RFPs to kind of land some of those bigger dollar amounts potentially. if we
Sure.
feel comfortable.
I mean, as I teach in the workshop, when I was running my own thing, aside from my dad, I was bidding. I was roughly 1 in 20 on my win ratio.
Yeah.
But then once or twice a month, I was bidding RFPs and putting just $100,000 on top of them, thinking that every 10 months or so, I'd get a job that just had a pure $100,000 profit on it, and that was happening for those many years.
Okay.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. So, yeah, if we, I think we're going to continue to do what we do, and we may want to test the RFPs first, not full dive in.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm
working.
saying. Keep doing what you're doing and just bid some RFPs on the side. Just make sure you do all your due diligence and homework, because on RFPs they can just award the job to you.
Yeah.
We'll be selective on the RFPs we do decide to do, so we feel super comfortable.
Yeah, and the RFPs are coming through Bid Tracker too, right?
Oh, of course, absolutely. It's one of the select. You can select and keep your search to RFQs and RFPs. You can make your search criteria SBA and SBA and 8A. I mean, you can filter exactly what you want in there.
Gotcha. And with the RFP now, same bidding strategy with that, because it's a little.
It's a little more risk. So the bid strategy changes to making sure that you have your numbers together. Right. Because look, I've literally seen with my own two eyes where I turn a bid in on an RFP and they turned around in 15 minutes and awarded it.
Wow. Okay, so we got to make sure our numbers together with our subs. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty much. We tried that with your methods too, and it worked out too. So pretty much getting our subs lined up, getting our price, level out their bid. Usually we get 3 bids, and you tell me how you did it too. 3 bids. I'm sorry, I'm getting a call. 3 bids, and we make sure everything lines up, and we submit our price with a markup.
Oh yeah, your process has been working fantastic. I mean, I've taken a couple of phone calls from you, but more phone calls from Kelly than I have from you. And she's been hitting the mark every single time. I mean, I just give her little ideas as to what to try next, and she takes off, and she's doing a fantastic job.
She is, yeah. She is. So, okay, cool. So, I guess we got our business plan and strategy for next year. So,
yeah, I'm thrilled for you guys.
Yeah, and we're gonna do 8A and all the little things that we can get as well, and see if test waters there as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Last thing, Sean, just curious, like, being that we obviously do residential work, I know Delmar and I have a company already doing residential work, and now we've jumped to government. Did you ever entertain like state level work and stuff like that? Because we were also thinking maybe like we're leaving money on the table, like just for instance with like the universities and state buildings here and stuff like that.
I want you to think about something for just 1 second. Because one of my good friends is in that business for the state of Texas.
Okay.
And every time I talk to him, it's the most horrific horror stories I've ever heard. And I have no idea, because he was trained as a federal contractor and then went into state. But he had some unique circumstances where his wife was hired on by a state contractor, and then they needed some help, and he got finagled into it. And now they're kind of doing that full time. Although now he's starting to look at some more federal stuff. But the paper, like, just think about some of the bids that you turn in. How long does it actually take out to fill out the paperwork?
Yeah, not too long.
Not too long, right? It's just, in most cases, it's just 2 pages. Okay, and you're just filling in, your name, your company name, you're signing it and making sure there's amendments, or you sign your amendments, that kind of stuff. On state jobs, the paperwork is absolutely atrocious. I mean, they're telling me it could take them 3 days to turn in a bid by the time they get all the paperwork and everything together. I mean, look, I'm not going to discourage anybody from following their dreams or following their instincts, or if there's money in them their hills, but there's just nothing like federal. I mean, even in state, they can promise to pay you in 30 days and then hold your money for 90. I mean, the stories I hear are just And I've never done it, so I don't know. Like, can it be streamlined? I have no idea.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that helped was clear for revision too. I think we have enough on our plate.
Look, I'll just tell you this. I've heard this story before. What happens is, people. In fact, I just heard this story yesterday on a podcast about a woman fighter who, it turns out that you can only be at the top of your game for like 9 years. Like the body can only be at that peak performance for a certain amount of time, and you can't stay in that shape all the time. As you're getting closer and closer to the fight, it's like redlining an engine. You can only hold an engine at 8,000, 9,000 RPM for so long. You can only have your body at peak condition for so long. And it was relatable to me because of construction. People start to achieve levels of success in the construction industry, okay? And then they start looking, well, now let's take on this. Now let's take on that. And they move away from what got them successful in the first place. Keep doing what you're doing. I can't tell you how many times I've said on these conversations, well, what was working for you? Because look, nobody ever calls me if their life is perfect. There's no reason to call me if your life is perfect. Okay? I always get the phone calls when, oh man, I've got my last few $1,000s. Everything was great 2 years ago. Well, dude, why didn't you call me 2 years ago? Because when you're at the top of the mountain, ain't nobody can tell you what to do or that you need to do something because you know it all, okay? And then, well, okay, what was working? Well, I was doing this. Well, why did you stop that? Yeah. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
So just keep our same model, entertain a little bit of RFPs slowly. And then another thing came to mind if we want to entertain or not. We have not looked at any of those maintenance type jobs. And I know you talked about that.
Look, that's just an opinion by somebody who never did maintenance contracts because I didn't want to be married to the government. Okay, but there's there are companies out there that are making good money doing maintenance contracts. So I don't want to discourage somebody just because that's my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. That's something we could potentially look into as well.
Yeah. Plus, you guys are people. Like particularly you, Kelly. You're a people person. I'm not a people person. I mean, I'm just not.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. But yeah, keep doing what we're doing, especially because I pretty much train our team now really good, especially during this shutdown. We've just been running through things, so we're pretty much like ready for next year. Essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. So. Yeah. Well, all right. This whole call was to clear for revision and know what we should be doing. So we feel we got a good grip on what we need to do next now. So
all right, guys.
Thank you, Sean.
Say hi to Elda.
Yes.
Say hello.
Yeah.
And you guys have a great weekend.
All right, you too. I'm here for you when you need me.
All right, thanks. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.